Hey, Poodle fam, here we are. It is Wednesday. It is our Poodlecast day. We got a good one for you today because we have a community member. You know, my favorite episodes are our community members, so I'm really excited about that. It's going to be another great one, as always, and I'm just stoked with it. I am going to. Let me get the. I'm gonna get the link there. Okay, cool. People have it. I'm gonna get us up there. Get that sharing link. Copy that, and I'm posting it in our Telegram for everybody. Oh, there we go. It's already in. Sasha's already got us in there, so we are good. Really excited about today, everyone. Hey, Sammy, good to see you in. What an amazing week. Last week, how great was that to have Kristen on and to talk about our charity and everything we're doing. She ended up telling me afterwards that we have over, just in this last year, $14,000 worth of donations that we've done as a token, not counting those that people might have done on their own, and then still growing from there. One of the things we never miss, so that's the coolest part. And now today, we have a great community member. No further ado, you don't want to hear from me. So I'm going to just calling in on the phone. Yost, did I say it right? Yost, right? Yes!
You said right.
Yes, all right.
Yes, very good.
Please go ahead, introduce yourself, and tell everyone. Yeah, just introduce yourself.
Yeah. Thanks for having me tonight. Of course, it's always exciting to be live for the community. Let's just start with how I entered or when I started with crypto.
Yeah.
I know it. At first, when I heard it, it was during college at the university. I studied business administration, and the finance teacher told about, okay, there's a new thing going on. It's called Bitcoin. And we were like, okay, yeah. But it was like the first thing, the inception in my head, like Bitcoin, the cryptocurrency is going to happen. For a few years, I didn't do anything with it. But in 2017, things were getting a little bit crazy. But luckily, I was in time, just before the final bump in the bull run. But of course, I'm an holder, so I didn't sell. So my Bitcoin and Ethereum crashed as well. But what I did was buying the dip. What I learned is that you have to be patient during the bear market, because I bought the dip too early, but I also bought it in time. So just be patient, because in the end, the bulls will return. Currently, we are in the same situation. We know it's a little bit bearish. This week was pretty good, I think, for Poodle. But we know the bull run will be back. So the only thing you have to do is buy more. If you have got the dollars in your pocket, buy more. But then it was April last year. I was looking for another kind of token, because I was in Ethereum, I was in Bitcoin, but I was looking for something else. And then someone pointed me out to Poodle. So I thought, okay, let's give it a chance. The meme tokens are hyping. DOGE was doing awesome. So I thought, okay, let's do it and let's see what's happening. Had a good few weeks, but then everybody know what happened, and it went down. At the moment, I decided to sell like all my crypto at that time. Just before the crash, I sold all my Bitcoin, all my Ethereum, made a very nice profit. But yeah, of course, Poodle was in loss. So what did I do? I just hold, was patient, and then in August it was lower, and then I thought, okay, let's have a look at the community again. So I watched in Telegram. I saw how active the community was. I saw what the admins were doing, what their plans were. And I was like, okay, let's buy some more Poodle. And then afterwards, of course, it went up again. We went to the 10 million market cap. That was pretty awesome. And so what did I do? I hold. And I'm still holding, only buying more Poodle. And why? Because of the community, because of the admins, or the current CEO and CTO are doing an amazing job, working their butts off, if I can say that live during the show.
You can.
Yeah, and I still believe in the project. So that's how I enrolled in cryptocurrency. That's how I enrolled in Poodle, and that's why I'm still holding. And that's also when I decided to become more active. Like in that period, if you want to, if you believe in the project, then just contribute. And that's what I decided to do. I think crypto is exciting. It's so to say a little bit of a hobby. It's the real new thing. It's where new stuff it's happening. With the NFT market, getting to know what's that all about. And there are only, at least in my in the field of where I work, or even my friends, there are only a few people who really understand what crypto, what token, what coins, what NFT is all about. And it's fun to talk about it. It's fun to imagine what the possibilities it provides. So I think it's a good way to be active next to my work. I work in finance, so I always watch it from an investor's perspective. Of course, I'm emotionally involved with Poodle as a mod you have to, or at least you lurch into it. But sometimes you put your emotion on the side and you look, okay, what if I just from the investor perspective, would I buy more Poodle? Or more sometimes more important, why wouldn't I buy more? Because that's like the Warren Buffett philosophy. Can tell me why I shouldn't invest in a company, instead of give me the reason why I should invest. Because if you know why you shouldn't, and you still think, okay, I believe in this project, then you know it's good.
I love that. I love that because I'm very much into. As you listen to the shows, I always look at this as an investor point of view, right? And a lot of times people look at crypto. So talk about this because of your finance background. A lot of people give into the hype of crypto and they think, again, we all know the wind Lambos, this is going to moon tomorrow, all this stuff. How do you, one, maybe tell other people that's not really how you should look at any investment, even crypto? And then how do you keep yourself from falling onto the hype of the things you see?
Yeah, it's important to understand why it's hype, because sometimes if people just have a feeling or believe in something, and then okay, I shouldn't invest in that hype per se, but what caused it. So if you've got like I don't know, if you have a company who's excellent in branding or in hyping, then you should buy that quality, and you're investing in that quality. You're not investing in the hype that the effect, but you are investing in the people who can cause it. If you got like the perfect marketeers who can sell everything, then okay, this is a brilliant company. But always look at the cause and not in the effects, and that's how I try to look at it. Okay, what causes it? It's not on the what you see at first, but what is behind it. And I think that's if you can understand that, or if you have like a philosophy why it is like that, I think that's most important. And of course, you can lose a lot of money with investing. I've invested also in a few projects and I lost money. Also Poodle in the beginning. I just gave it a chance, lost the money, made a mistake, and afterwards I invested in another project, made a mistake and lost some money. It happens in crypto. But what I learned is as well is that there are pump and dump tokens. But if you don't know who's behind it, that's what I think is amazing about Seek. What you guys did with KYC yourself, and also with our partners who did it, like Roland Mars, Lakeview Meta, is that okay, these guys are legit. They're not a pump and dump project. Of course, if you know it's a pump and dump project and you do a ×3, ×4 and you sell, then you're okay. But never hold on a pump and dump project. I said I lost some money, but I also on those pump and dump projects I won some money. So in the end, it was on average, but that's a crazy ride. It's it's a lot of scam artists in crypto, and with Seek behind the project, okay, this is legit. So all those just those pump and dump projects. I left it behind me because it takes a lot of, it's a little, costs a lot of energy, and it's bad. I prefer more in the holding strategy, that you really believe in the project, in the team, in the technology, or in the whatever they are going to offer. That's that's more suitable for me, and that's also what I feel with Poodle, what we are building, the network we are having with our metaverse partners, with our the Poodle for business, what we are going to do, or the payments we can do by using Poodle. I think that whole infrastructure, the different gateways we have, I think that's really, really strong. It's a really good foundation for the future, that we have the NFTs in augmented reality. I've not really seen it before of other projects, and it's a really good foundation for building it upwards. So,
well,
I think the future of Poodle is very bright.
Yeah, you are the best commercial here. You nailed down everything that we're doing. I love it. And so, talk a little bit then about, because I think you're right, and I know I've done shows before about, I've lost money. We've all lost money. I keep buying, even when things are down. I bought at the height of Poodle. I bought at the lowest point. I buy throughout, and I've done it with other tokens, right? The fact is the entire market is down. So what is your advice for somebody when they say, okay, how can I now know who to trust, especially because now it's a down market and people don't trust anything right now in general, right? They're afraid to invest because it's just a bad market. So how can what do you tell people there?
What's most important, I think, is that that you know who's behind the project, not a stupid avatar or a fake name or whatever. It could be everyone from anywhere. So that's like step one. That's step one. Step two is understand what's the philosophy of the team and how they're going to reach it. And if you understand that, and then if you believe in that philosophy or in their approach, then that's enough. Because if your feeling is right, then always trust your gut feeling. At least that's what I've learned during work, during life. Always trust your gut feeling. If your gut feeling is telling you this project isn't right, then you should sell and walk away. But if your gut feeling was telling you this is legit, and of course it's a bad market and everybody is probably down in their investment, but that's just this time. I've been down when I invested in 2017. In 2019 it was half. It was half of it. But I keep on in my investment, and then in the end in 2021 it boomed. It was like 1.5 year. Boom! It was up, and it will be the same period now, because we've seen it a lot of times. I'm following crypto for a long time. Crypto will always survive. Mm-hmm. Whatever regulation comes through, whatever bad projects come through. We've seen it with Lunatic, those kind of scam artists. It will have a bump in the Bitcoin price, but eventually it will go up. It will all go up. Yeah. It's the same as in the stock market. Stock market, or housing market. Eventually, it will go up. It will go down, and sometimes just hold, wait, be patient. It can take 1 year, maybe 2 years, but yeah, I'm 100% sure that we will break all-time highs again. Yeah, and that's what is it? 30 times from here, the all-time high. So if you hold, for sure, I know in 2023, maybe later, we will break that all-time high, no doubt about it. The liquidity is locked for a few years. Sasha and you are dedicated to pull it through, so no doubt about that. We will. We will win it this year.
I think you make a really good point, because one of the things that when I started doing this. This show, even, as a normal community member, before I was ever part of the admin team. And you'd be amazed how many people would reach out to me or just, DM me in general, and just to ask about the project, and they would think that I was part of it. I'm like, no, I'm just a community member. I'm here, but they would ask me and they'd say, one of the things that makes me trust Poodle is because you're out there, you're public. Like you know, we see you in your house, in your background, and you know, like there's no hiding me, right? And I think that you're right. Just that KYC process is really important for projects for their long-term success right now.
Exactly.
Yeah. So now you named all the different stuff that we're doing. Personally, what aspects do you like best about Poodle? Like, are you into the metaverse stuff? Are you like investing? Do you like what is the thing for you that you look forward to?
I'm not a gamer, so with the metaverse games and stuff, yeah, I won't sit behind my computer and spend a few hours for gaming. Maybe earn some profit on the side. I'm more in it for the technical side, or let's see what is going to be developed, and also like the finance side. I think it's very interesting to see, or maybe to experience, in the end what the revenue model will be for Poodle and their NFT/NFT gaming. I think I'm really interested in how that's going to develop, because the gaming market is like super big. It's a lot of there's a lot of money which we can lure into our project, but it's also very difficult. It's not easy to build a game that everybody wants to use, because the success of a game is measured by the amount of users. You can make the most beautiful game in the world, but if no one uses it, it's worthless. It's all about the amount of users, but also like the community. It's how is the community helping by providing that wide range of users, because the team can build maybe a game or NFTs, but it's the community who has to help the project to reach out to the rest of the world. Like, okay, look at Poodle, look at what amazing stuff they are doing, and of course, Poodle can publish articles and stuff like that, but it's really the help of the community which can contribute to the success. It's always hand in hand to make it more, to make it a big success. And I think it's doable. I think it's doable. It's sometimes maybe the community seems to be in hibernation, but it's also due to the current times. It's various times, and everybody will cheer and talk about Poodle when they are profit like for 500%. And now maybe they're a bit in loss and they're a little bit more quiet. But it's just a matter of time when everybody will come back, and we will have like a community who's really proud of being a part of this project.
Yeah,
I'm certain about it.
Yeah, you know, it's so funny you say that, because you know, every time we have a big, you know, the natural ebbs and flows, but when we have a big pump and we do that kind of that 2x overnight one time, you know, and it'll shoot up a bit. It's amazing how many people, as you said, come out of hibernation, right? Yeah. It's like, so you've been watching the whole time. You've been excited. So, you know, but now what we need to do is get all those people, and, you know, I think I made this post not too long ago. If every one of the 10,000 people on the Telegram just bought $20 worth, all on the same day, do you know what hype that would create and what it would do to the token, right? Like it's in our power. Right. So how do you, now you're a mod, you're a community mod. How do you try to get people, you know, excited, get them enthusiastic? How do you keep people motivated? Which is what I'm bad at. I do the show and stuff, but I'm not a great, you know, sit there on the Telegram and get people pumped. You know, how do you do that? What's your secret there?
Yeah, what I try to do is just be honest and fair. Because I can say like, okay, we will moon in no time and you will be a millionaire next month. No one will believe it. No one will believe it. But if I tell them that like, okay, the Poodle is doing this and this, and this is the road to success, and if you hold, when you contribute and when you invest at the right times, buy the dips at the right moments, for sure, next bull run it will be, I think it will be times 100 and even more. Next bull run, I think we are able to do that. Maybe I could say 500, but I think 100 is conservative. I'm a financial, so we are always on the conservative side. But it's 100 times and up next bull run for sure. And it's important to explain why I think that. It's what we are doing. People pop in and they have questions. I just try to be reasonable and give an explanation why I think what I'm thinking. And I think that's how I want to be approached. That's the approach that works for me, and I'm certain that the approach will also be helpful for others. But probably there are also a lot of other community members who prefer the hype people, so to say. So that's how I do it. I try to give a good example. Try to post some messages on Twitter. Sometimes I try to pop in Poodle at other communities to tell what we are all about. Not spamming, but just when the right moment is there, telling about what Poodle is all about. And what I also try to do is, but it's more for my own sake. It's for the people that I know who understand crypto or NFTs. I talk about the project. I show what Poodle is developing, and they will give me feedback what they think. And sometimes I try to provide that feedback also in the mod community, because that's the reason how we can how we can learn and how we can continue. And it is not by being overly positive, but just be honest and try to learn. And I think that's also what I really like about the community. And sometimes you can just have a discussion with each other, and it's always respectful. If I've got I know I had one time a discussion with the Moose about tokenomics. They totally didn't agree with how low it was. It was 3%, and I think no other project was that low. And now we changed it, so I'm happy. I think it's good good now. And that's the way how we can grow further, because we're still super early, young project. Have to learn a lot, have to make a lot of steps, and we can only make those steps by being by getting also the involvement from the community, the input, the feedback, and take it and learn from it. And that's what I think Poodle is all about. And what I'm really looking forward to is when the Poodle Olympics is coming back. I know in that time when I joined the Telegram and became more active, it was there. And I think with a few changes, it will get the community back active. Because if I can just make a few tweets when I go to the toilet, so to say, and we all have to go to the toilet every day. Some people 2 times, some people 3 times. But if you make a tweet, what you see or how you want to react about Poodle, and in the end, maybe in the end of the week, there is, I don't know, some kind of raffle, and you can earn some Poodle. How easy is that to it's fun. You can contribute, and you can earn something. I think that's that. I'm really looking forward to that. Maybe with some kind of VC on the Telegram chat as well, just to keep community involved, because team can't do it on their own. Community can do it. We need everyone.
I'm never going to be able to look at one of your tweets and not think that you were doing it from the toilet. Okay, now that forever, I'm now just going to assume that if you tweet, you're in the toilet. So, thank you for that image that I now will never get out of my head. So, I think that's one of the things that's so funny about, like, I love our community, and I think you nailed something which is important to me, and how I got, I want to say addicted to Poodle was exactly that. Coming on the telegrams and seeing how people were helpful, right? And like you looking at this from a finance point of view, I look at things from a finance point of view. That doesn't mean that I have to be in profit every day. It means, do I feel comfortable with the places I've made investments? And is that investment going to, pay off in the long run? That to me is why, I get in there. And I love that our community has always been one where we are going to help investors by educating investors, right? And I think that's an important part of all of this. Do you agree?
No, I totally agree.
Yeah. So
I think we are also going to make some changes or to make some step ups with the Poodle Academy. I think it's because I think a lot of investors or maybe a lot of gamers are interested in maybe altcoins or whatever name you want to give, but they are on the Binance or on the crypto.com or on the KuCoin. They never been on the MetaMask, or they don't dare. And if you can learn those kind of people how easy it is to do it on a DeFi, on a MetaMask, it's for me personally, I believe more in the DeFi than in the crypto banks, so to say. We've already read the articles that some crypto banks are having difficulties because they are over-invested, over-leveraged. You will never see that on a DeFi chain, where you are really the owner of that wallet. I think if you can help people to really understand it, they maybe feel more comfortable to also step into the DeFi chain and also to invest in Poodle. And I think that's also where your quality comes in, to have that connection with learning, education. How cool is that to help people on that way next to all the charity stuff we do? I think it's if you do that right, it's a great marketing instrument.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, and I think that that to me is one of the most important parts of just any token, but really ours is being able to give that education back, being able to know that we're making wiser investors generally, right? Because a lot of people don't trust DeFi. This is the hard part. Like, we know it and we believe in it. We don't have a problem with it. But the fact is, a lot of people, it is a lot of steps. That's why having some of our partners like Everrise, those of us who, making it easier to swap without having to go here, put the contract, make sure it's the right contract so you don't get, there all these steps. Those are all things that we have to, you have to fight against. So I kind of like, okay, I like, centralized exchanges because it helps get new investors because they have a comfort zone. But then also it's a little bit difficult, but we all believe in the DeFi. And all right, we also hear, breaking news. Elle has a question for you. So here's Elle's question. What would you like to see Poodle do next as a priority? What would you like Poodle to do next as a priority?
Okay, that's two things. That's first update of the website.
Yep, that's coming. It's coming.
And that's coming. And second, the update from the white paper. Because sometimes I talk with fellow crypto enthusiasts, and when I point them out to the website, when I point them out to the white paper, they have a lot of questions for me, which I can answer because I know the project. But they know a lot. So I can tell them what Poodle is all about. But if you're just an investor, maybe they've seen a show from Joe Way and they're really enthusiastic and they go to the website and they read the white paper, I think they still have a lot of questions. If you can change that by providing them better information, that would be be my first priorities. And next to that, then the third step maybe is like the NFT gaming, and I also know that that's in progress. So like all the stuff that I think are top priority are being worked at. So that's what makes me feel comfortable.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And we have someone working on the website that should be up any day now. So we've got the basic move over done, getting those things polished up. I'm gonna do a little bit of. It was a lot of it's the data moved over. I got to make it look pretty, so that's me sitting at my computer and loading some of that the graphic stuff in. But we're there, and then also updating the Poodle Academy to it too, getting that information. I totally agree with the white paper. It's interesting you said that because it's something I don't always think about, right? But you're right. A new investor coming in, they want to download a PDF, they want to read it, they want to, they might be. Looking on the outside, we know the numbers. More people listen to this show than are active on our community, which means that they're watching, right? They're paying attention, but so when they want something, I love that a better download for that. I think that there is a lot that we can do just to make it more, consumer friendly is maybe probably a good way to say it, Yeah. Totally agree. And then with the Poodle Olympics coming back, what are your thoughts? What change would you make? So here's my all right. So I'll be honest. I was never a fan of the Poodle Olympics, only for this reason. So here was my reasoning. Yeah. I felt like, and I know it went through different changes, but it felt like, a lot of people were, 40 followers, but it was only the same 40 accounts. Like it wasn't extending out, right? You know what I mean? Like you might send 100 tweets, but if you only have 40 followers and you're following 40 people and it's the same Poodle people already, that's not doing the marketing, right? So what's your suggestion for how to use Poodle Olympics to be outward facing marketing?
That's a very good question, because I think it will grow organically. Because what I think was the problem, there were like a few probably bots who were generating like 1,000 tweets a day. I'm exaggerating, but that's what it was about. And it was like the top 3, they get a few billion poodle. So I never joined because I know I will never post what is more than 1,000 messages a week. So that's not really motivating. I think if you just make it small, like okay, if you post like 10 posts a week, and you can join the raffle. Maybe in the first week you've got 3, maybe 4. I think it's going to expand more step by step by step. And I think if we do by that and we hold on that philosophy, and of course if I post that 10 tweets, my followers will read it all the time, and it's difficult to expand. But it keeps the community active. It makes it fun to be active for Poodle. It gives you an opportunity to win, so that's fun as well. And I think slowly, step by step, that group will be bigger organically, and it won't be like okay, in the 1 month we have got like 100 active tweeters. If it's like maybe it's exceptional, not exponential. But maybe in the first week you get 1 new tweeter, and 1 month later 2, and then maybe 1 month 4. And I think in that way it will grow. But it's just you have to hold on. And you're right. If I tweet all the time, the same people will see it. But it keeps my community active, involved, and I think that's how it should be done. And it doesn't always need to be that the amount of followers is growing enormously, but it's also by keeping the community involved and active and giving them rewards back as a team. I think that's it's always like a fun way to keep each other involved. And I think that's how we make it fun and also very active.
I totally agree. And I wish there was a way to reward based on engagement on the tweets, and the same thing. If I've got 4,000 5,000 followers and I use my personal account for my normal work and stuff, I don't post Poodle stuff every other minute, because I know that it's going to get numb to them. But when I do strategic ones about, hey, we have a new NFT thing, or we have a new partner, people pay attention because it's me more sharing news, which then gets us more engagement as opposed to spamming my Twitter feed, right? And I think that's one of the things that we're really hoping, that as we do the Poodle Olympics again, and as we get new engagement, new community engagement, that we can be able to capitalize on quality, because that's where you're going to get great investors from, right? They're the ones who be like, hey, someone's serious about this, and they have wise tweets, and that's why I try to talk about, the things from, I always look at it from a financial point of view, or the things that we're changing, when we have a metaverse product, we're moving into the future, we're staying on top of these things. Those are the things I try to sell and promote, because that's where I think people are gonna, are going to pay attention, and they might be interested. I don't know what their interests are, but by covering that, I think then there's opportunities. If every tweet is, we're gonna moon tomorrow, buy this, we're mooning tomorrow, but like no one believes that stuff anymore, right? That's done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I totally agree with that.
So, all right. So I knew the time was going to go long with you. I said half hour, and we're already over by 6 minutes. So I want to start to wrap it up. But so one of the questions I want to ask you then is, because if you're looking at this, straight investment, to you, what is your advice to somebody who's just trying to look into I'm trying to think the right way to say this. Someone who is looking to get into, say, Poodle as an example, or crypto in general, how do you become that wise investor? How do you look at this from a financial point of view and justify crypto and Poodle as a smart investment?
How I would advise people to look at the project to decide if it's a wise investment or not. I think I would first explain why crypto is here to stay and why it will always break all-time highs. If they understand that how it works, and that only a small portion of all investors are invested in crypto, and it's getting bigger. And what I also do often is make a comparison with the gold market. If you look at the gold market cap and you look at the crypto market cap, you know that the crypto market cap is still very, very small. There's a lot of room for growth. So that's the first thing. So you have to know that we are not at the all-time high, and there is still a lot of room for growth. And then it's a matter of choosing the right project, and that's always two aspects: understand what the team behind it, who is it, and second, try to understand what the utility is behind it. If it's a tech utility, or is it like a smart contract? Is it like the BNB, the BNB token who supports the Binance chain, or is it the Kronos token who support the Kronos chain from crypto.com? I'm a big believer in those tokens as well, but that on the side, they offer like a real tech perspective, but also it's important. People want fun, and people invest in fun. And what is fun? In games. And people want to earn. If they can earn money by playing games, then you know that there's a lot of money to be made. And if it's clear how that money will come back to the project, then that's and you know that there's a good team behind it who understand gaming, who can really develop it, then you know it will be a profitable company or a project, so to say. And so you have to understand the reason what project makes it profitable. What is the unique thing they are offering? Is it tech? Is it fun? Is it something else? You name it. And if you understand that, then that's the right project to invest in.
Yep.
It's a long answer.
No,
but
totally
it's not
agree.
easy. It's not easy.
No, I totally agree. And I think you're exactly it. And I think that's, if you look at this financially, like, for example, the stock market, even the general stock market is down. But traditionally, over 30 years, it's grown 10% a year. Now, it doesn't mean it's grown 10% every year, but over the course of 30 years, it's averaged 10% growth a year. Right? And I think that's the same thing with crypto. We are pretty far down, like in Bitcoin, from its height. But crypto actually has a higher percentage of growth every year than that, I think. And I don't know the exact number. I don't say it's about 3 times, about 30%-ish per year over the course of, again, we're only looking at 14 years, if you're looking at the length of Bitcoin or whatever. Now, that means a lot. Does it mean it's going to be up 30% every year? No. But that does mean over an average. So if you're looking at this and you're going 30% a year, and that's compounded over 3 years, that's over 100%, right? Compounded. And I think that's what we want to start to educate people on, and then again, another reason to get in now. I mean, I know people bought the hype. They bought the hype, but now's the time to invest, right? We all got in at the hype, right? We were all excited. We thought it was going everywhere. But so who's now being the smart people? I wish I got in the first time now, not when it was the hype, you know. And I think that's really the key, you know. And so it's an exciting time, and it's going to be exciting to see this grow as we kind of keep moving forward. So, yeah.
Exactly. The most profit is being made now, by investing now, and not by investing during hype.
Yep.
It's always the case. It has been like that. It will be like that. It's in crypto. It's in stock market. It's in housing market. It's in every market you can imagine.
Yep.
But you have to be able to lose that money. So never invest more than you're willing to lose, because now it's down. And if you need it now because you need to repair your car, or if you need to buy a house, never invest money you really need. Always invest money if you're willing to lose. So if your life is really going to change because you invested in crypto and you're not able to pay your mortgage, you made a stupid mistake.
Yep.
But if you have to wait a few years to buy a new car, that's fine. That's no problem.
Yep.
That's the only reason what you have to take into account.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Wow, this was just amazing. I wish I need you back on, because I could just keep talking to you for hours, except I have a work meeting I have to attend, or I would just keep going. This was fantastic. Such wise words. Sasha put your in the chat, wise words, Yost. I totally agree. This is fantastic. I'm proud to have you as part of our Poodle family and a mod, and you're doing just amazing work with it, and love your excitement. This is just fantastic. So keep up the great work, and
I will.
We're gonna end up rocking it. So thank you thank you for joining the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It was really a cool experience. Looking forward to seeing you the next time.
Absolutely, you will. We will have you back for sure. So
great, awesome.
All right. With that being said, everybody, thank you very much for watching and listening. This was fantastic. Great wise words. We will see you next week, Poodle fam. Again, we are live again next week, and just exciting. I'm gonna listen to this episode over and over, because such wise words, and Yost just coming in ways that are important to me. So that being said, everybody, hopefully you enjoyed it, and we will see you next time. And I think I have there it is. There's my theme music. Take care, everyone.